All right, guys, here's a brief update. I just used the Husqvarna blower to blow off the walkway and then also the patio. And I'll show you what some of this stuff looks like. So this is what the walkway looks like right now. And that's one of the reasons we're gonna hit that thing with a pump-up sprayer, because it's really dirty. And that pump-up sprayer is just gonna kill it. So we ran 50 feet of high pressure hose. We detached her hose. We're using my hose, running 50 feet of supply line, 50 feet of high pressure. Off of here is the pump up sprayer. You can pick these up at Ace for like 25 bucks. Here is the high pressure hose attached to the Mossmatic swivel, attached to a DN10. Doesn't matter if you go male or female. Everybody complains that you'll blow an O-ring, and I haven't in 5 years. So it's just the way that my setup is run. I have used them with the male out. It works just as good, but I actually get a better dusting tip off of here. So like when I'm doing certain things, could be cutting lines, could be getting corners, I'm able to reduce my pressure and really use a much better sweeper here. So that's my own personal take. I am using the sweeper off of here, and that allows me to get my grass wet and get everything all prepped out. So as you can see here, we'll take a nice little picture of this. As you can see, what we're dealing with here is the patio. And let's see if I can get a nice little picture of that. Well, it's probably better the other way. So what I'll do is I'm gonna walk in here and show you kind of what we're up against here. You can see the algae that has set up alongside here. Okay, and then we'll step inside here because this is our job. We walk inside of bushes, it's what we do. You guys can see what we're looking at here along these trims. Just want to make sure I got that. And then we'll take a nice little picture of what this looks like over here. Be careful not to crush all our bushes. You can really see sort of how black and nasty that is. And what that's gonna look like when I'm finished. So that is prep work. We obviously moved all these little plants, got the plants off of there, got the bench off there. I always take care of the people's rugs, so I'm gonna make sure that those rugs are nice and pretty. Those are the upside down. Excuse me, that's the bottom side. So we'll dust off the bottom side, flip them over to the top side, and that way they have nice clean mats. You can just see here kind of what this looks like. Now I am going to be using not my surface cleaner, not a high pressure tip. I'm going to be using a turbo tip. You have to know what you're doing. You have to stand off at a great distance. You have to keep an even distance. I don't recommend it if you're just starting out because number one, you don't want to be putting too much pressure on concrete. And number two, you can pit the concrete. It is a really a technique that's developed over time. You can end up making a mess out here in regards to the mulch bed because it's going to be putting out a lot of power. So if you don't know what you're doing and you don't know how to hold it and how far away to hold it, you can end up blowing crap up everywhere and just make an absolute mess of things. So I would recommend using a surface cleaner on a situation like this. Make quick work out of it. Use a you could use one of your high pressure tips to cut your lines. So you have your white general all-purpose 40-degree cleaning tip. You've got your 25-degree, which is mostly what we use for most everything. This 40-degree tip is good, but it's very weak. This gets a little stronger. This is even stronger, which is your 15-degree tip. And your 15-degree tip, you once again, it's something that you'll have to learn how to use. And the 0-degree tip, obviously, we don't use at all. And our soap tip is when you're going to be applying soaps from your machine. So I don't use this. I don't use this. I hardly ever use this. I don't use this, and I don't use this. I don't use any of these tips. But if you are cutting lines, edge work and things like that, try your 25-degree green tip. And then learn how to use your yellow tip. It's a chisel method. So each one of those tips not only is a fan, but also an angle. And so those are things that you're gonna have to learn over time how they work. I use that yellow tip all the time to pop gum. But there's a technique to it because you will chisel into the concrete and you will leave a mark. And that's not what we're here to do. We're here to protect and preserve the integrity of the surface that it sits on. So all of our tools can be used. It's a technique in how to use them properly and safely. Otherwise, you can destroy things out here and make things look absolutely horrible. So, you know, once again, concrete really shouldn't take a whole lot of pressure. As you can see here, if I zoom in, you can see on this concrete, you know, all of the shells. You can see how exposed that aggregate is. You know what I mean? So you've got, you know, this is a very delicate tiptoe type situation. And so, you know, the turbo tip up close would destroy that. But there's a method that you can do. There's circles, and I can teach that for those who are interested. But it's almost something that you have to do in the field, hands-on, to get experience, to learn and to get comfortable with. I've developed the method over time, and it works well for me. I don't leave any marks. I don't leave any tiger stripes or, you know, Zorro stripes. I don't leave any striping whatsoever. So, you know, once again, those are things that you want to learn as time goes on. I hope everyone's having a great day. I'll shoot an after video and show you how bright and beautiful and almost brand new. I am a restoration specialist, so I make things look brand new, and you'll see that in just about 30 minutes. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.